Hiccup, Toothless, and the rest of Berk are back for the third installment of the How to Train Your Dragon series, called How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Now, as a huge fan of the movie, it's got heart, the animation is awesome, but is it worth your hard-earned cash? The Hidden World picks up where number 2 left off, and we have all of the dragons living in Berk among all the Vikings. And you still have these dragon trappers or hunters that are out trying to capture them. And I don't totally know why. I don't really understand the motivation other than maybe they're just seen as bad and, you know, we have to trap them to get rid of them. In this installment, we have a new bad guy, and it's Grimmel. It's played by F. Murray Abraham. He has a singular focus to kill Night Furies. He thought he had killed them all. Of course, we know there is Toothless, so he didn't kill them all. Now, I said all of the characters are back, but strangely enough, T.J. Miller, who voices Tough Nut, is not back in the cast. I don't know why that is, and at some points, the character that was, or the voice actor that was playing Tough Nut sounded like T.J. Miller, and then throughout a lot of it, it didn't, but it bothered me because I'm sitting there like, he sounds kind of like him. No, yes, no. And then once I saw the credits, I was like, oh, well, no, it's somebody else. I don't know why. I miss him, though. Now, in this, we get to meet all kinds of new dragons. Well, I say we meet. We're just shown them. We don't get any really definition of what they are, or what their powers are, or anything else. I mean, some are massive. Some are little. The little ones remind me of Tribbles, which are just awesome. And there you go. That's all the explanation you get on that one. But more importantly, we get a Light Fury, which is a female Night Fury, and she's all white. So you've seen it in the trailers. And I think the thing that I love most about this, and it's the thing that I've loved throughout all of the How to Train Your Dragon movies, is the personality that comes through in the dragons. Toothless is like that perfect mix of dog and cat, and just has that funny grin and that awkwardness to him, and almost kind of like a teenager. Well, in this, he's like a teenage boy almost, who saw or has found this really pretty girl, and he's trying to impress her, and he just doesn't know how, and he screws it up. And so it makes for just endearing watching. I mean, I really enjoyed that part of it because, you know, he's cute to watch anyway, and if you've seen the dragon movies, then duh. I mean, that's what part of the reason why we go and see him, because he is just so much fun to watch. He's so cute, so lovable, and you're like, yep, I would totally have one. Now, aside from Grimmel, the other antagonists, they're really just underdeveloped. I mean, there's nothing really to them. They could almost disappear. I mean, they're just kind of a mild plot point. That leads me to kind of a negative of the film, that there are scenes in it that just kind of are. I mean, they're beautiful to look at, but they're not really serving anything, and it's almost like they were put in to kind of fill time. Now, the heart of the movie and the heart of the series is still totally there and present in this. And so fans of the How to Train Your Dragon series, I don't think you'll find a problem with that, and you'll enjoy it, and you'll just go along and like, ooh, that's really pretty. It feels good. You know, you see them flying around and playing and, you know, different scenery like that. If you're viewing this, though, as your first entry, it doesn't fit. There's actually more wrong with the movie than I, as a fan, would like to admit. I do think, though, that this is a good cap to the trilogy. I mean, it evokes a lot of emotion. There are scenes where I'm choking back tears. I mean, it has emotional pull to it. And one of the other things that I really enjoyed about this is the maturity that the writers give Hiccup. Because there is a point in time where he has to make a decision, and it really is a very mature decision that he makes. And I like that because it shows growth. And he's always been kind of a wise character, but now he's even more wise and just doing something so just good for somebody else, and I loved it. Now, as I mentioned before, if you're a fan of the series, I think you'll really enjoy this one because it is cute, it is funny, it does have some sadness to it. I mean, it has all of the characteristics that we've grown to love. As a standalone movie, though, I don't think it's very good. And I think that if you're going in to watch the series or watch this and then go back and watch the first two because this is your first foray into it, don't. Watch number 1, watch number 2, then see number 3, and then it will feel, I think, better. It'll feel like, hey, this is a really good ending to this. It gives us some closure, it feels good, it feels natural, and the story really works at that point. There is no sex, nudity, or profanity. There is animated violence. Now, normally I would just give one score for this, even if it was part of a series, but I really want to give How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World 2 different scores. So the first one is based as if it was a standalone movie, and that's 3 out of 5 couches. I don't think that it's strong enough as a standalone movie that you would go out and just spend your money to go see it in the theater. Rent it, totally. But as its own movie, not seeing the others or just putting it by itself, it's okay. Now though, if you are a fan of the series, if you've seen number 1 and number 2, number 3 works. So I give it 4.5 out of 5 couches. If you could have a pet dragon, would you? Would you want one? Would you want to clean up the mess? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe and tap that bell notification icon because that will let you know when I upload new content. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.